Let's master the art of if in direct requests with modal verbs. Hello, language learners. It's wonderful to have you back for another exciting journey into the world of English. Today, we are going to delve into the fascinating world of indirect requests, specifically using if with modal verbs such as could, would, and might. This is an excellent technique to make your English sound more polite and respectful. So, let's get started. Indirect requests are a polite way of asking for something. They make our language softer and more considerate. Rather than bluntly stating a command like, "Give me the book," we could say, "Could you pass me the book?" Or, "Would you mind passing me the book?" In English, using if with modal verbs like could, would, and might is a common way to form these indirect requests. One of the most common modal verbs we use in indirect requests is could. It's used when we want to ask someone to do something in a polite way. For example, instead of saying, "Open the window," we can say, "If you could open the window, that would be great." The if makes the request indirect and less direct, hence, more polite. Would is another modal verb that we often use with if to make indirect requests. When we use would, it often implies a hypothetical situation or a softer request. For instance, instead of saying, "Help me with this task," you could say, "If you would help me with this task, I would be really grateful." Might is a little less common than could and would, but it's still very useful for indirect requests. It's often used when we want to express a slight uncertainty or when we want to be very polite. For example, instead of saying, "Pass me the salt," we can say, "If you might pass me the salt, I would appreciate it." So, that's all for today's lesson on forming indirect requests with if and modal verbs. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to use could, would, and might with if to make your requests more polite and respectful. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't forget to practice these structures in your everyday conversations. I'm sure you'll master them in no time. Until next time, keep practicing and stay curious.